Clones, I actually started writing in 2012, so that makes it the oldest song on the record. I originally was working on it for another project, but the guys in that band weren't interested in it, so I set it aside. When that band finally ended, I was starting up what would become Xeros. I was going through a bunch of old stuff and old material that I'd written and came across Clones and decided to bring it back, and was really glad that I did. I originally had demoed that song with Jeff at Studio 2100, and there's an old demo of that included a different ending as well as some other guitar work, and the tempo was a little slower. So when we decided to release it under Xeros, we decided to take it back to the studio. We went with Kevin, and we upped the tempo, and the ending originally had ended really slow, actually in the bridge where everything kind of drops back and slows down. It had originally ended with just some clean guitar and some soft vocals and just faded out from there. But live, I always played it where it would dip and then it would rise at the end and end really big. And I really wanted that to be the way it ended on the recording and on the record as well. So we went to the studio and we wrote that big ending and left it there. One great thing about Kevin and working with him is that a lot of times we're on the same page about what we want to do with songs and how we want them to sound, how we want them to feel, and where we want them to punch, as well as what different production sounds and things that we may want to see in them. So all of the little blips and background noises, those were all added in post with Kevin. And I really love having those different atmospheres and things in the song. It definitely helps bring out the feeling of what I wanted to convey with that song. Clones is all about conformity and the dangers that come along with that. Everybody conforms to something one way or another, and Clones is really about not following what everyone else kind of sees for you or conforming to what everybody else thinks that you should conform to, but finding your own way and finding out who you are, and then just working and being your best self that you can be. This musical inspiration for Clones definitely came as I was writing it again for years and years back. I was listening to a lot of like hard rock and things, so Chevelle had released their record Sci-Fi Crimes. I can't remember exactly when that record came out, but the first track on that is Sleep Apnea, and I really love the way the guitar hits in the beginning of that and starts with a really driving riff that just kind of carries through the track, and it's a really just driving from beginning to end song. And I wanted to write something that had that same feel. So with Clones, started with a really strong guitar lick that was kind of the hook of the entire song, but then just brought in the drums and everything just kept on moving through it, pretty much from start to finish. And I definitely just love the way that song drives. The music video for Clones, we got to work with Lyndon Caldwell, which was really great. We had worked with him prior on our cover for Pet Sematary, and we wanted to bring him back in for our first music video that we do on an original song as well. And we knew we wanted to do Clones. We just felt it was going to be a strong single, and we wanted to make a music video that was going to be not only as energetic as the song, but we also wanted to have a strong narrative. And I remember that the narrative end of that music video, it took a while to land on. Lyndon and I traded emails back and forth, going through different types of storylines, different types of scenarios and ideas that we could do that would help turn the song into something visually just great, but also something that would grab people's attention and tell a story. I would say it was over at least a month, if not a little longer than that, of just trading emails back and forth before we finally landed on what became the narrative. And once we had that, it it went really quickly. We figured out exactly how we wanted it to go, which was the idea of a person who wakes up from being hypnotized by their phone, and a hidden kind of enemy or control in the background that kind of stalked, and the aesthetics of Threat with the white masks and the clean look with the emblems all came together pretty quickly. Lyndon actually came up with the design of the logo for the clones, and I think that the black and white contrast of the music video and the performance shots definitely bodes well with the overall visual of the music video, and we were definitely really proud of the way that turned out. It was a lot of fun shooting. We got to do multiple locations and with multiple people, and my family got to be in it, so that was really fun. And it was just a blast doing that music video, and I think that it definitely highlights the overall tone of the song, but also the idea of the lyrics that about conformity. I think it definitely displays that, and it narrates that in a way that is exciting, and as a viewer is really enjoyable.